everyone. In this video, I will review the Object 2A3, which is a new Tier 9 Russian premium medium tank. So first, let's go and take a look around of this tank. The turret is a fully rotatable turret, which is really good. So the crew of this tank, we have here 4 crew members: the commander, gunner, driver, and loader. Let's talk about now the gun of this tank, which is a 100mm caliber gun with 360 alpha damage and 480 on HE. As the penetration goes, we have here 226 for AP, 300 for heat, and 54 HE. The DPM of this tank is 2.4k, which is actually good. This means we have here 9-second reload time for 360 alpha damage, which can handle up to 450, which is amazing. We have here 6 degree of gun depression, which is good for a Russian tank to have 6 degree of gun depression. The accuracy of this gun, 2.4 second aim time, is long. Dispersion value 0.36. It's an inaccurate gun. This is bad. This is bad value, 0.36. The gun traverse speed 41. It's a good medium speed. He turns his turret fast. The HP of this tank is 1.6k, which is good. The armor I will check at the end of this video, but this tank actually has some armor. This tank weights in, and the hull traverse speed is 52, which is really fast, which means this tank turns his hull fast. This tank weighs in 38 tons with a 680 horsepower. We have here a 50 km per hour forward speed and 18 km per hour reverse speed. This tank in average will go with 50 km per hour forward on medium terrain, around 48, and on soft terrain only 30 km per hour. The camo value 265, it's a good base camo value without anything, and the view range is 380 meters. Let's go now and configure this tank. So, at the field modification, this at max level. So here we don't really have any good option here because of this. Maybe this, which isn't a big deal, so this field modification is actually good. The rest, it will give us just 2 bad disadvantages for a really small amount of advantages. So let's stick with this, and let's select all the good crew skills that we can have here for this medium tank: camo paint, extra food, and let's talk about the ammunition. First with AP, which has 226 millimeters of base penetration value with 950 meters per sec shell speed, actually good for an AP shell, and the cost is 1230 credits, which is actually expensive considering that the alpha damage is only 360, and the heat with 300 millimeters of base penetration value, 850 meters per sec shell speed. Not the greatest speed bust for a heat shell, definitely good, and the cost is 4,800 credits, which is not as expensive. The HE with 50 millimeters of base penetration value with 950 meters per sec shell speed, actually faster than the heat ammunition here, and with 600 high roll, which is amazing alpha damage, and it's 1.1k. It's definitely expensive for a heat shell, 1.1k credits. So the first slot is mobility. Here we can have turbo if you want, but this tank is already goes with 50 km per hour, so the turbo is not necessary here. The second slot, you can select scouting or survivability. If you want to go with scouting can be good. Let's see the camo of this tank: 558, 54. We can boost this up to even 650. Let's select. Oh, 743. Now this is a good TD camo value, definitely. And here, gun rammer is actually good. Or instead of the ventilation, let's see what we can have here in the turbo slot. Maybe this, but yeah, maybe this will have better stabilization because we don't have a bonus slot for the stabilizer. So maybe this can be if you don't want ventilation. But if you want ventilation, the ventilation is good. Boost almost 2.9k, even more than 2.9k DPM. So let's check out the stats here. The DPM is really good now, 2.9k here. The aim time 2.1 second. Okay, dispersion value 0.33. It's not the most accurate gun, but yeah, it's okay. Now you will have 7.4 second glow time for a 360 alpha damage, which is really good. The speed is, as I said, is 50, so definitely good. Camo value, good TD camo value. You range 440 meters, so it's good. Let's now check the armor of this tank. So this tank actually has some armor. The lower plate is not really a weak spot here. The lower side is around 300 auto ricochet angle, here 265. The upper plate around 200. So this the only the front of the tank of the hull is weak. The upper plate around 200, but other than that, it's an auto ricochet angle all over. And here, in the turret, only 250 millimeters, so that's not the greatest here. 252, 71 even. Let's check the gun mantlet here. The gun mantlet is good, 300, so the gun mantlet is not a weak spot. I mean, yeah, 315, 350, 500. It's really, really good. We don't have cupola with a small cupola, but this is not a big spot. Here, 250. Let's go now and check the side of this tank. Here in the turret, we have from 316, 171, 150 all over the side, 100, 100 here the front, 120 here, 82, 80. And let's go down to the rear side of this tank here, 51, 47, 80, and 65, around 60 here, the cupola 90, 100. Other side, same configuration here. As well, I want to check the tank in side scraping position. So the tank can side scrape because your upper plate will become green visible, and even a tier 6 tank can pan you, tier 7 tank can pan you. As well, I want to check the tank in 6 degree of wind abrasion. This is the tank, how it will look like in a hold down position with against AP shell or against tier 8 tanks. This tank is good, but if against tier 9 tanks it's not good, let's load the heat with 300 millimeter. So it's now an easy pan in the turret, even with a 251 plus, and above you can pan the turret frontally. So the armor is not against only against tier 8 tanks. The armor is good. Above that, there is no nonsense. So the conclusion about this tank, I don't really understand the purpose of this tank. What this tank should be. A sniper, definitely not a sniper tank, because with these stats, dispersion value, I mean, you can snipe with this tank, but this tank is not meant for sniping. You will miss a lot. Aim time is not great. Alpha damage is not high as a TD. So the purpose of this tank is not clear. The armor is not good to face in a close combat situation. Yes, you have maybe a sniper scouting or even spotting. If you like that because of the good camo, good view range, and good speed of this tank, that's it. And good DPM. If you get caught, that's it. Other than that, yeah. So, thanks for watching.